Hello, it's Caroline Kaler, and I'm going to show you how to put together a chance board. So first, we're going to start off by I've already cut this guy out all around the outside black edge, making sure that we leave this bottom black band down here too, because it's going to eventually connect up here to this top black band. So I cut out a piece of construction paper the exact same size as the chance board because we want to make sure that we can't see through it like we could if we just laminated it like this. I picked orange for the student that I'm putting this together for because he really likes orange. It's a favorite color of his. Any kind of food that's orange or any utensil that's orange, he's going to really enjoy. So, hence the orange. So all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put down a few glue dots here because we're going to run this through the laminator after I do this, and we're going to finish the board after that. So I'm going to lay this right on top, line up my edges really good. Since I'm making this for a child with autism, I'll make sure to trim any excess orange that would overflow on these edges right here. Maybe this just a little bit in this, because that could be enough just to bother them. So we've got that ready to go, and so now we're going to do some laminating. Okay, so we've got the chance board laminated now. Made a little couple bumps in it because I fought with the laminator, but regardless, it's laminated. So now the next step that we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut through just 2 lines here. That's the only real cuts we're going to make now. So from the bottom up on this black line, and we're going to stop right here so that it just has that one flap there that moves. This one doesn't want to move. And then we're going to cut through the one next to it and stop at the same place like this. And then we're going to make our folds. So right on this line right here in between the yellow boards, we're going to make our fold so that our door comes up, and I'm going to add just a little bit more of a snip right here. And our door is going to come all the way up to the bigger bold black line, so the 2 black lines kind of end up connecting here, just like that. And then we'll do the same thing to this one. See if I need to add a little snip to that one. Nope, he looks good. Push him down also, and then the same thing to the red boxes right here. So we've got all of our flaps up. Good to go on that. We need to install our little Velcro dots. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put our Velcro dots in, and we're going to start with the hard Velcro at the bottom. And I'm going to put a dot on each corner of the boxes on the black line. And that's going to give me a chance that when I put my softs at the top and I need to pull down a flap, I can stick my finger right down in the middle and pull the flap straight down. Just get hooked in there pretty easily. Okay, so we've got the hard Velcro dots on there, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take off the softs and I'm going to put them on the hard like this, and then I'm going to pull my door up to close it. I'm going to let the sticky stick itself where it needs to go, right there. And then when I pull it down, it should be good to go. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other 2 boxes right here. And, oops. I'm going to do the same thing on the other 2 boxes. This flap up and push him down. Or I put this flap up and push him down. And down. Okay, now we're not quite done because what we need to do now is when the board is active and we pull down one door, we want this window right here to be able to flip backwards so that the one more chance isn't there kind of taunting them. You leave it there for a little bit and then we're going to flip it backwards as we need to. So right here, right behind the hard Velcro, we're gonna put more hard Velcro. Just like I said, just right behind that. And you can kind of feel where it is if you flip him over. Okay, and then same thing with the Velcro dot trick. We're gonna take those softies, flip them softy side down, and then we're gonna pull the door towards the rest of the orange and push down like that. And so then it would look like that when we've got him up, and we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna put our dots, hard Velcro dots here, these two, and softies, softy side down first. I'm going to pull these doors one at a time and get the backs to stick where they should go. There. Same thing with this one. We're going to pull him back. Then where do we want them to go? Okay, so now let's close our board up because he is ready to go for use. So we start off with it closed, and we're just going to do a quick run through of how you would use this in the classroom. So first of all, working with the student that I'm going to use this with, I have his reward menu all ready to go. These are great incentives for him that are in the incentive boxes. And then consequence menu for him, also ones that are going to be most effective for him. So I've got those good to go. So then if we're in the classroom and we've already went over this, I've taught this several times, we've practiced it in just some trials, some made up scenarios, he and I, and then some modeling in the classroom, all that business. So now we're ready to use it. And if he needs a prompt or starts asking for another chance, then he or I will pull this window down and I'll remind him. Depending on the day, I might need to read it to him. Think about what you're being told. You can do it. You have one more chance. And so we give him, leave it like that for a second or two, flip it back around so that the "you can do it" is back here, so that we're not continuing to stare at, you've only got one more chance here. So then, if there's another time that we need to give a prompt, you say, hey, you don't have to like it, but you do have to do it, because typically we're working on actual activity or complying with the rules. So this is your last chance here. Again, once they've had a chance to process that, flip it back around, and reminding that both of these are part of the deal at this moment. If another prompt is required or another chance is asked for, you're going to pull back this. You are done talking. Consequences will occur, and whichever one that we've noted, depending on the severity, you might need to be pulled out, redo an activity, you might need to work on some of the calming strategies. Could be loss of privilege time, or the big one for this guy is heading to the office. So once, depending on how you are using this, you can reset this at any time. So if it's hourly, if it's per activity, if you're using this at a secondary level and it's per passing period or per class, then you reset it and you're good to go. Of course, these can change at any time. So let's say that this particular time that you were noting, they had used 2 of the chances. So you're going to get out your chance rubric. You're going to write name. So let's say that I was the student this time. So Caroline Kaler was the student, and it was on my birthday in January. And so I put the date on there. And the activity that you observed me doing was, let's see, silent reading time, which I really struggle with because boy do I like to talk. And that occurs at 10 o'clock. And it's over, we read for 20 minutes, so it's over at 10:20. And then my behavior goal was Caroline will read for 20 minutes with 2 or less prompts. And doubtful that that's going to be a goal, but that's what we're going to use for right now. And I needed 2 prompts this time, so I said this time I needed 2. The incentive that I had was break, that I wanted to relax. The consequence that I had was a call home. I definitely don't want my mom to find out. Because here I was still in my last chance, I did get my incentive, and the consequence did not need to be enforced. So at this time I met my goal because I'd used the 2 or less prompts, and then I could put a note that maybe I read for 10 minutes straight before needing the first prompt, which might be important because maybe before I could only read for 2 or 3 minutes before I needed that prompt. So then the next time that we're documenting how I'm doing, we do the same thing down here and then keep all of these sheets together. So when it's time for progress monitoring, we can go through and see how many times we met the goal and calculate the percentage. So that is the chance board, how to put together and briefly how to use. And there he is. I hope you enjoy. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions or need any help or any other consequences or incentives added. Thanks so much.